Up Antling and Billabong is loud.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I thought I would jump back in and do another transfer talk show just for you guys. I really enjoyed doing these just quick shows, and transfer season is coming up with the January window, so the rumours are coming thick and fast, and this time there are a couple that I wanted to go through. French international, very highly rated. We're going to cover the news on him, and then an Argentinian international currently playing in Germany that one of the viewers, Rub, put me onto in terms of a potential link to him. So yeah, we're going to get into that. And before we do, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are edging closer to 2,700 subscribers and on the road to 3K. We really do want to hit that before Christmas. So you guys can really help us do that. Like, subscribe, get involved in the comments, help spread the word of the channel, and yeah, help us continue to grow. So first of all is links this morning from Graham Bailey of 90minute. .com, who's generally fairly credible in terms of rumours. And today, Aston Villa have been linked with Adrien Rabiot, Juventus player, current Juventus player, and French international. Played 129 games so far for Juventus, scoring 14 goals, has 40 caps for France, scoring 3 goals at the in the process. Very, very highly rated, very, very technically gifted player, quite physically strong as well. We've been linked with him along with numerous other clubs. So whether that's a case of agents putting names out there, whether it's a case of Juventus maybe putting his name out there to see what interest is there. I do believe there's a contract situation with him towards the end of the season, so again might be looking at a big payout and big wages, which might be the issue with Villa in terms of being able to compete for a player of his caliber. Should we really want to look at him? I've put him on SofaScore and compared him with Douglas Luiz in terms of the midfield. He does play. You can see his heat map is down that left hand side, but does cover the majority of the pitch. But his kind of rating is very, very an all-rounder. Everything is 60 or above, which is pretty consistent. Luiz obviously has slightly higher score in terms of creativity, attacking and technical ability, not necessarily in tactical or defensive abilities, but still very worth a comparison in terms of that, I feel. He's played 11 games so far this season, started all games and played 90 minutes in every game for Juventus at the moment, and which shows some real consistency. Scored 1 goal as it stands at the moment, and that was a header from inside the box, and has 2 assists so far this season, and created 3 big chances. So is a pretty consistent and creative player. Accuracy, 87% passing accuracy, 93% in his own half, 80% in the opposition half. So does obviously we know he's very, very technically sound, likes to keep the ball and can protect the ball very well. 2.5 tackles per game, 5.6 balls recovered per game. So pretty decent in terms of the duels. 62% duels won, 62% ground duels won, and 62% aerial duels won. Maybe not the greatest, but and then possession lost 9.1. So a player who likes to create, a player who likes to get on the ball. So you might expect that in terms of sometimes losing the ball, but obviously his technique and his ability can't be called into question. In terms of Europa League, 8 games played, 1 goal scored as well. So he's a very, very consistent player for Juventus. So has shown real consistency this season. Maybe he's playing for an improved contract at Juventus, or maybe he's again putting himself in the shop window. So yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on Rabiot. Is he a similar type of player to Zaniolo? Stature-wise, potentially similar, or is he slightly different to that? Is he offering something different to what our current midfielders do? In terms of Kamara, Luiz, Tielemans, and would he really come in and add a different dimension to our midfield? Obviously, in terms of that level of quality of player that we're looking at, it's obviously encouraging to see. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. The second one was again suggested to me from Rub, one of our subscribers and our members, and that's Exequiel Palacios, who currently plays for Bayer Leverkusen, who would be looking at taking another player from, obviously Bailey and Diaby coming from there as well. Argentinian international. And has had an injury hit time in the Bundesliga since he signed for Bayer Leverkusen. Only played 69 times since 2020, but has scored eight goals in the Bundesliga. But the last couple of seasons has shown some more consistency. So 2019-20 season only played 3 games. 7 total appearances. In 2020-21 played 13. And then has gradually gone up from there. So 21-22 season, played 32 times, scoring 3 goals. Last season, 34 games in all competitions, scoring 5 goals. And so far this season, has had 13 appearances in all competitions, scoring 3 goals. So again, using SofaScore to take a look at him. I've not known too much about him, but again, Argentinian international, obviously got a lot of quality. Likes to get about the pitch. True sort of central midfielder. Again, similarity in terms of the score on here in terms of attributes on SofaScore to Douglas Luiz. So again, when we're looking at players to add to a squad, when you're bringing in a player on or playing a player in a European competition or different competition, you're not diminishing the quality on the pitch by making changes according to this, of course. And has played 10 games, started 9. Averages 79 minutes per game, 2 goals, as I said, in the league, and 3 assists in the league as well. So again, likes to get on the ball, likes to be creative. 92% passing accuracy in total, 95 in own half, 90% in the opposition half, in terms of tackles per game, 2.2 tackles per game, 7.1 in terms of ball recoveries. So again, likes to win the ball. Duels won 67%, and ground duels won 70%. So more of a potentially combative midfielder. We understand that from Argentinian type players, which is as we know with Emi Buendia, likes to get about and compete, which is great. And also likes to score and assist. So it's good that we're being linked with this level of player. I feel like that Europa League, knocking on the door of Champions League type players, but that then leads to Aston Villa, the pressure being put on Aston Villa to make sure that we continue to perform consistently. We need to be making sure we're getting into the Europa Leagues. I'm not going to say Champions League, certainly that top 6 in the Premier League, and certainly potentially winning that Conference League to give us the best opportunity. And then you can look at attracting this level of player, because we've got to do it in stages. It's interesting that we're being linked with these type of players, because it's obviously a step up. And when you look at our bench in particular, from Sunday, you're bringing on Yuri Tielemans, who is a very good player, and is starting to find his feet with Aston Villa. But beyond that, Leander Dendoncker has a use, but is he as useful as is he up in the levels of ability that we want? And then beyond that, when there's the likes of Ramsey injured, Moreno just coming back, what attacking options, what real threat have we got coming off the bench other than, say, a Bailey and a Tielemans at the moment? A lot of our changes are kind of more in the defensive end. particularly with John Duran, who's injured or out of form or not really in the favour of the manager at the moment. So we do need options. We do need to increase the options in our squad and the availability to Unai Emery of weapons to use off the bench, because we're always going to get injuries and that's always going to occur. So look, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments on these two players in particular. I did a video yesterday covering Wilfred Ndidi as well and whether he would be an option. But these two, maybe more in terms of that stature and that kind of increase in the ability and that level, I'm more excited by these two, I must say, although Ndidi is a solid option. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. I'll be back later for Talking Tactics with Gareth, covering the Forest game, that high line, the lack of pressure, all of that. So make sure you're liking and subscribing. We'll also be doing match preview for AZ Alkmaar. The shows are coming thick and fast, so make sure you hit the notification bell as well so you know when our shows are coming. Thank you all for watching, and as always, remember, we all follow the Villa. Thank you.